Alright, iSpin guide. So the iSpin guide is going to be a lot different from the Z-spin guide in that I'm going to tell you need to know how the rotation system works. Wow, how contradictory. Yeah, remember when I said you don't need to know why it works, you just need to know it does works and how to use it. Now you need to know how it works. So this right here is Blocks Ask Plays. Blocks by Ask Plays. The link is blocks.askplays.com. Yes, blocks is in Roblox, just without the row. And you can go to your settings, this big cog button, and click visuals, and you can see show rotation center. So the rotation center, in case you didn't really understand, is the center of rotation. Wow, I'm so like god awful smart, right? I am a genius. Anyways, yeah. So if you need to understand how you do need to understand how pieces rotate, and it's around this center, and that's why you don't rotate around this, where the T piece would, like, if I try and rotate it counterclockwise, it would go like these three spots. I can just kind of animate that in Premiere Pro later in post, but yeah, so it rotates around this center. But for the eyepiece, let me show you Z piece. That's if Z piece, yeah, this is Z piece. Sorry, I don't really make scripts, and I don't really want to edit because I'm lazy. But for the Z piece, you can think of it as a 3x3, kind of like the T piece, where the 3x3 was in the center of the 3x3. This is the center of the 3x3. So like if we think about this right side thing, it's kind of pushing out from the middle of this 3x3. It's gonna, if I'm rotating counterclockwise, it's going to go up this way, and if I rotate counterclockwise again, it's going to go this way. And then instead of pushing out, if I go clockwise, pushing out to the left is going to go pushing out to the right, because I'm rotating it clockwise. Clockwise is this way, in case you don't know, because that's the rotation a clock goes. We know how to read an analog clock. I really don't know why you wouldn't. Counterclockwise is, of course, the opposite direction. So yeah, like you can see these two pieces, it's right here and here. If I rotate it 90 degrees, it's going to go here and here. And I was right. So same with the Z piece. That's why whenever you spam it like this, it kind of looks like it's going left and right. It's because the center isn't in the center of the piece. The center of the piece would be like over here, except you can't really do that, because if you rotate it, it would be in the center. It would be in like half a cell, half amino. So that just wouldn't work. For the O piece, it's in the actual center, which not all rotation tables do this. I know the ASC table is actually on the corner, which is why you're able to do some goofy stuff like clip it through walls. But yeah, this one in SRS is in the center, which is why no matter how much you press it, I'm sure you can hear my keyboard, nothing happens. For L and J pieces, they are in a more intuitive center. You can see this one jetting out one, counterclockwise would jet out one here. So yeah, that makes sense. Same with the J piece. So in case you ever wondered why some things didn't work, it's because it's rotating around this block here, which is one away from the tall side. I call this the flat side and call this the pointy side or tall side or whatever side. Because I don't know, that's intuitive to me. But for the eyepiece is neither in the block nor in the center, which is really weird to think about. And also, which is why it leads to really weird spins. I'm going to edit in a red box. Because of that, if you want to think about it like this, I rotated counterclockwise there. It's going to rotate from this like corner of the piece and this corner of the piece. If I rotate counterclockwise, this corner goes down here and this corner goes over here. So boom. And then everything else that's connected, if you want to think about it in 2x2s, 2x1s. So this 2x1 is going to go here, and then this 2x1 is going to go here. And of course it rotates. Another way to think about it is this is the first rank. First column, second column, third column, fourth column, and then that is because it's the second column and I rotate counterclockwise, it'll go to from the bottom, first column, and then from the bottom, second column. So it'll go here, which it does. Again, and of course that's the same here. This is first column, second column, third column, fourth column. So first column from the top, second column from the top, which if I do clockwise, it is second column from the top. So that's how the eye spins, which is why it's really bizarre. I lied, you don't really need to know this. I can show you how to use this usefully. I think that's what is useful. Usefully is a word. Which is like this. This is really the only situation where you ever need to know about eye spinning. And it's really simple, really. Oh, actually, no, there's one more thing should talk about the kick table. Actually, I can just talk about that like right now. Let's just clear this. So basically, whenever you're in a situation like this, here's your 4x4. So whenever you're like this, whenever the eyepiece is touching the floor, the easiest way to think about this, instead of thinking, oh, the rotation's on the center, on the bottom middle here. By the way, the the eyepiece always spawns with the rotation center at the bottom like this. But instead of thinking of it like that, whenever it's on the floor, touching the floor, you just need to remember, instead of where the rotation center is, just pretend the rotation center has changed, which is what I do, which doesn't always work, but you're also like almost never eye spinning in the first place, unless you're maybe playing Nuctris. But for purposes of Tetrio Season 2, Tetrio Season 1, any other Tetris really client, whenever you're on the center like this for SRS, your rotation center is now this on the end. Like you see, I'll do green, where these green pieces are, in case you can't really see my cursor. This is where your rotation center is whenever you're on the floor. So whenever you turn counterclockwise, so this way, no, that's clockwise, this way, sorry, you are turning around this side because it's counterclockwise. I want to turn this counterclockwise. So whenever it's counterclockwise, it'll go up here. And you can see how it's kind of like on the floor. Or not on the floor, not on the floor. It kind of floats up like that. And that's purely because of the actual rotation system. But if I put that block here, we can just ignore it. So if I want to turn this way, it's going to be from this axis. So it's going to rotate kind of like this piece is rotating like this way. Boop, boop. And then, but on the other hand, if I want to turn this way whenever it's on the floor, and I can show you that it doesn't really matter what the rotation center is whenever it's on the floor, because if I press 180 spin, boom, same thing. So yeah, whenever I want to change counterclockwise, which is the way my mouse is going, this way. Wow, I cannot draw a circle. I am on a mouse. I want to go this way, so it's going to be on this right side. I want to turn right, then it's on the right side where the rotation center is. Of course, this doesn't always apply, I'm sure, but it's a good way of thinking about it. Problem is, I don't really know why this guy's having a problem with eye spins, because you shouldn't be eye spinning in the first place. So if I draw it like this, number one, you can just do it like this, but say you accidentally put it like this, there's somehow a block there. I know it's impossible to do that without like bridging over. But whenever you're on this situation, number one, your eyepiece should always spawn. Your eyepiece is always going to be spawning flat down. So whatever you do not rotate it. Put it down. So down. Now your rotation center is down here against the floor. Just don't touch it. Is basically what I'm saying. And then whenever you're here, press X, right? Because remember, it's on the floor, so you're trying to rotate it X, which is clockwise, which is this way, right? Clockwise, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, yeah. It's trying to rotate this way, so this piece over here is swinging over here. So press X whenever it's like that. And then, again, for the opposite, no, that was random Q, mirror. If it's like this, then you're trying to rotate it this way, counterclockwise. So just press Z. Yeah, so right side X, left side, if I can mirror, right side Z. That's pretty much the simplest way I can put it without explaining the entire kick table, which looks like this, by the way. This is on Imgur, I believe Bocifer, U/BOCIFER, Bocifer, made this. I don't really understand how this works, and there is, of course, the hard drop wiki, which, as you can see, lots of information. Pretty much all math, too. Matrices, I think. Or coordinates, so you don't really need to look at those. Just know that whenever you're on the floor, just pretend your axis of rotation is on the left side or right side, axis, center of rotation. And yeah, any other spins don't really matter, in my opinion. If it's like this, just like it's the same thing. You're trying to rotate it this way, counterclockwise, then it's going to be around this corner here. That's your rotation center. It does not work like that because because the rotation center is actually, oh no, it's on the other side. So rotation center is here. So because you're rotating this corner up here and this corner over here, it's going to be on this rank here. So yeah, if that doesn't work, just press Z again and try again, and then boom, because that flips the rotation center all over. Yeah, I can't really recommend doing eye spins, because you should really just go for just a quad. It's much simpler. Eye spins are kind of just, they're even more of a failsafe than Z and S piece. Like at least Z and S spin, in my opinion, because at least Z and S spin, I'm fixing the board. If I'm doing an I spin, something's really fucked up about the board, because I'm sure we all know what the problem of an I dependency is, and even worse so if it's an I spin dependency. Like what the hell's going on there, man? So don't get into the I spin situation at all in the first place. I don't know what you're doing. Fix your board. Learn how to stack better. Okay, that sounded rude, but learn how to stack better. That's really the best advice I can give you here. Don't do I spins. I spins are not fun unless you're X rank and you know what you're doing. Doing like, I know people do fucking polymer spins and whatnot, but those are jokes. I spin should be treated as a joke. My Z key is on the left side of my X key, so it's going to be on the left side of the I piece, and my X piece is on the right side of my Z key, so it's going to spin on the right side, the right corner, or the right end. Yeah, that's really the best advice I can give if you ever need to do it like that. And of course, the earlier situation where it was kind of like looking like this. Yeah, once again, press X if it's on the left. And this, of course, this only works whenever the rotation center is against the floor. If I press 180, right now, it doesn't really work. Even if I press Z and it locks up, really help much here. So, good luck. Have fun. Go grind TR, although not with I spins, please. Just do T spins. Z spin if you really need to. But that's the limit. J spins are also useful. I might do a J spin, L spin guide, but that one's actually going to be 5 minutes and not, how long is this recording? 13 minutes? Can't believe it keeps getting longer. Next one's going to be 20 minutes. But really, all you need to know for I and J pieces is like 180 spins, which not even all clients allow, like I earlier said with SRS. But yeah, good luck. Don't mess up. Don't use I spins. Learn to stack in other ways. Okay, whatever. Good. That's ways, right? Yeah, if I want to turn this way, this is, oh my goodness, I'm questioning counterclockwise now. What am I doing?